Today, a temple stands beside a descendant of the very tree under which the Buddha became enlightened. The monks here have become a living library of the Buddha's teachings. Chanting his sacred words beneath the Bodhi tree of enlightenment is seen by Buddhists to give special power to their practice. The chief monk is responsible for preserving this tradition at the temple.
The most important thing is the practice of his teachings. Practice diligently. Be ever mindful. So, now I explain Buddhism in 2 words. Practice mindfulness.
The path to enlightenment begins with the focusing of the mind and following a number of commandments.
Morality, meditation, and wisdom. So, not to kill, not to steal, not to have any sexual misconduct, not to tell a lie, and not to indulge in intoxicating drinks or intoxicants.
This was the way of life established by the Buddha in the very first Sangha. After 8 years, he went back to the palace and the family he'd abandoned. We're told his father now forgave the Buddha for the deep hurt he had caused. King Suddhodana now realized the importance of his son's quest. His stepmother even begged to join his Sangha, and she went on to become history's first nun.
The Buddha is justified in the eyes of all Buddhists of even leaving his wife and child to go on his solitary journey to try and find what the solution to life's problems is and how life should be lived. And for him, how life should be lived is the question, infinitely more important than having any possessions or even the company of loved ones.
The Buddha was to abandon his family again. He set out to teach for 40 years, passing on to his followers the wisdom he had attained beneath the Bodhi tree. But before he left, he ordained his son as a monk. The Buddha encouraged his followers to live together in a monastery or sangha to help them focus on the path to enlightenment.
Some people become a monk purely to meditate, purely to practice meditation, purely to practice a life of recluse. Some become monk to work for the propagation of the religion.
Monks from all over the world come to live in monasteries established around the temple of the Bodhi tree. Non-monks or lay Buddhists come here too to learn from them. Monks must be celibate and give up every selfish desire.
That is one part of the training, to get rid of self-tendencies to always think about yourself, but you put yourself fully in the context of the community, of the Sangha.
Then, when all the sacrifices have been made, the hard work begins, committing long chants or mantras to memory. Mantras such as this have a purpose. They are designed to test the monk's memory, concentration, and commitment to the Buddha's teachings. Over the centuries, his message has evolved into a number of different traditions with their own interpretations and monastic practices. But the Buddha taught that lay people can also follow the path to eternal bliss and ultimate wisdom.
Most Westerners are not drawn to Buddhism as a way of leaving society behind. They're drawn to the practice of meditation as a way to be more effective within society. And so that's a way in which the message of Buddhism takes on a very different cast, because it becomes a form of self-improvement, a way of dealing with the stresses of life, a way of clarifying your goals and objectives.
Many Westerners are especially attracted to Buddhist meditation.
All of us sometimes glimpse that magic and mystery of the moment. what meditation does is help us touch that more often. It helps us to be more calm and controlled in our mind, that we can recreate conditions that allow us to come into a state of awareness of interdependence, of impermanence, of nirvana.